Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd fa bismillah assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Indeed, all praise and thanks are due to Allah, and peace and blessings be upon His Messenger. Proceeding to the video, we begin with Allah's name subhanahu wa ta'ala, so peace be upon you, welcome and greetings. We just finished Surah Al-Fatiha, and generally after Surah Fatiha we go into any surah. So also in the description there will be a link to Brother Wassam Sharif's video for in which he covers Juz Amma, the last Juz. So if you want to check out Surah Nas or Surah Falaq there, please go for it. So now after we recite another surah, we go into Rukoo. So we say Allahu Akbar, and now we're bowing. So what we say is Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. So we covered Subhan a few videos ago, in which we're saying that it comes from Sabaha, which means to float, in which we're saying how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is high above even our comprehension. We cannot even grasp the essence and logic of the being of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't understand it. We're saying all these things. We're saying Allah is free from imperfection. So Subhana is a very comprehensive word. Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. We stop there, so we don't say Azimi unless we say something else. But if we're stopping, we're just going to say Al-Azim. So one more thing, Salah comes from Sila, which means to connect, and over here we're connecting, inshallah. When we say Rabbi, my Rabb, we didn't say the Rabb, we said my Rabb. So Subhana Rabbiyal, how far above our comprehension is my Rabb, Al-Azim, the most great. And one thing, I was watching a video of Brother Abdul Nasir Jangda, in which he says that, Hafidahullah, he says a very beautiful thing, mashallah, in which if you look at the word Azim, the great, if you in other word that shares its same lettering in its roots is that the word Izam comes in Surah Yasin and a lot of other places in the Quran. So the word itself, Izam, the bones, that means bones. And if you look at basically the characteristics of a bone, they're stable, they're dependable, they're the things that hold our shape. So if you look at the characteristics of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, walillahil mathalul a'la, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the strongest, He is the one with the most power, He is the most dependable, He is the most stable. So we kind of relate these characteristics to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but at the same time, if you look at the position we're in while we're saying this, we're in Rukoo. Rukoo is when you're bowing. It's a very unstable position. If a little kid were to come, he could easily knock you down. Or if he was to come bump you, for example. So you'd probably not stand that great of a chance to just remain standing unfazed by that movement. So that's like food for thought. It's a little deeper connection in trying to establish in Salah, where you're bowing and you're praising the most great and the most stable, and when you yourself are in such an unstable position at Rukoo. So it's just some food for thought, inshallah. And then after we say Subhana Rabbil Azim, we start rising up. We say Sami'a Allahu liman hamida. Allah has heard the one who has listened to him. Also, we can try to think of it as Allah has listened to those who have praised him. Sami'a, try to not say Sami'a Allahu liman. You have to say Sami'a Allahu liman hamida. So you have to make sure that Ain is audible. You try to make sure that you can hear it. So Sami'a Allahu liman hamida, and we stop there at that ha. So we're not gonna say hamidahu. So we're just gonna stop there and say hamida. And also we can go into a little bit of right after when we say Sami'a Allahu liman hamida, as we're rising, then we're gonna pause there, and then that's when we reply to this, we think of this, the next part, which is Rabbana lakal hamd, or Rabbana wa lakal hamd. Both are okay to say. If you say either or, it's all okay, inshallah. Our Lord, our Rabb, Rabbana, and the waw is for and, lakal hamd, for you is the praise. Rabbana lakal hamd, O our Lord, for you is praise. Rabbana wa lakal hamd, our Lord, and for you is the praise. And also there's other variations to this. Allahumma Rabbana wa lakal hamd, hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fih. But we're just going to be covering this much, inshallah ta'ala. And this is kind of like you're giving the response to Sami Allahu liman hamida, and then we say Allahu Akbar, and we go down to sujood or sajda, which is prostration. So again, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. Subhana, we cover that again. Sabaha, how far above our comprehension is Rabbi, my Rabb. Again, this is connection. Rabbiyal A'la, the most high. A'la, the most high in position, in status, physical position, in our spiritual positions, in the status and spiritual status. So we're praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for being far above everything. Subhana Rabbi al-A'la. How far above our comprehension is my Rabb, the most high. And another food for thought from Brother Abdul Nasir Jangdar, Hafidahullah, is when he says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he tells us in Surah Al-Baqarah, turn your face towards the Qibla, meaning it's not like you just turn your face and your body's facing another direction. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring to all of us by our face, because He created all that differently. So the face also, something I've learned from my father, I heard, is that the face basically has all our senses in it. The brain, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made that responsible. The face has in it the brain, behind it the brain, and in the brain Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put our senses in there. For example, our eyesight is connected to our brain. If part of our brain is gone, we can't feel anymore, etc., etc. Our sense of nose, hearing, a sight, touch is even there, and our taste is there. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willed, He can easily do something to our brain in which everything, the sense becomes non-functional. So this is how important the face is. Everything above the neck also, this is how important it is. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, turn your face and submit your face to Allah, and turn your face towards the Qibla. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring to who we are by our face. So when we go into that, then we're putting that on the ground, which is the lowest point, and we're praising the Most High, the highest being. We're praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the lowest point while He is the highest. So that's another food for thought. So it's definitely worth it to try to think of these things and go in a little deeper in these kind of thoughts and think about it a little bit more, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So we'll leave off after sajda in this video, inshallah ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.